The most important factor to achieve all your long-term goals is not talent, but perseverance. So in this video, we will dive into the psychology of perseverance called grit. If you don't know me, I'm a master's degree in organizational psychology given to me by the University of Amsterdam. So I'm the person to tell you anything about it. And when I was 16, I also wanted to achieve a long-term goal, being a psychologist to help facilitate the development of people like you and me. And even though you might have your strength, I have my strength, in the end, it comes down to, are you able to persevere not over a few months, but over decades? And what psychology has to say about perseverance, that it comes down to two things. And the first is passion. So passion meaning you're actually wanting to fight for something. You're so excited about it. You're not constantly changing courses, even though trying different things out isn't bad necessarily. But the most successful people I know, and also that you might know, they had a plan and they sticked with it. So the question for you is, what is passionate for you? What kind of meaning you can associate to the goals you have? Are they even meaningful? Are you even passionate about these things? And I think it really starts with this passion. I think it isn't a fuel for the long term, because passion will fade and discipline will get you there when there is a setback. But every fire started really small. And so it is the case for your long-term goals. So what are your long-term goals? Are they ever even really exciting for you? And if they are, the passion is covered. But sticking to long-term goals isn't all about passion. This grit, people with grit, they stuck with the goals for a very long time. They also have the perseverance. So where the passion is more of the positive side, the good feeling, and being able to feel that as much as possible, the perseverance side is more about being able to take the pain and stick with it. So passion makes sure that you are committed to a goal for the long term and you don't change course to another interest, another subject, but you know where you're going and more or less you're going at it. While perseverance is more when things get hard, you're able to finish what you need to do despite the obstacles. And this might all sound really nice, but how we make it practical so you can apply it right now. I got 3 things for you. So how to become more of a gritty person that completes his long-term goals. Even though I said that a long-term goal is caused with passion and that's a fire that can be lit, it has to be inspiring. A long-term goal, you need to be aligned. You need to have a certain mission, because without it, in this day and age, there's way too many distractions, partying, social media, and the most processed food there's been known to mankind. So again, questions you can ask yourself: what kind of change would you like to see in the world? What is the most meaningful for me? And what am I naturally good at? Because if you focus on what you're naturally good at, it's easier to get into a positive feedback loop where you perform good and therefore you get more motivated and you're more being able to persevere despite difficult obstacles. And one of my earlier videos is also about the growth mindset. So thinking your skills are actually malleable. So you're being able to become better, become smarter. If you think your capability is fixed, if you're too much focused on talent, the grit becomes more difficult to manifest in your life. So when you feel a limiting belief coming up, I can't do this is too much, or I will never be able to do this. That's also one. Notice it, but don't identify with it. And the last one, deliberate practice, is trying to expose yourself as much as possible to the edge of your capability. And if you're learning something challenging, for example, like juggling a ball, something like silly but fun, you will not start with juggling 5 balls. That I can even do that, but just throw one first, And when you know, oh, this is too easy for me, then you try 2. And only when you're very comfortable with 2, you will deliberately engage more difficulty into the practice. And you'll try 3, where you do 2 with 1. And when you're in a situation where you're just going through the motions and not really thinking about things, not really challenging yourself, it's really difficult to pursue your long-term goals. Because your long-term goals, even though they are meaningful, they acquire challenge. Through the challenge, they become actually meaningful. So there you have it. To increase grit, to increase you have to have long-terms in the first place, adopt the growth mindset, and engage in deliberate practice. Thank you very much for watching. If this was helpful, I'm very sure that the psychology of hope, my last video, will also be successful, because what kind of mindset can you adopt when things are hard? Press the video. And thank you for watching.